I'm AJ Bramlett.
And I'm Kevin Banks.
And you got the juice.
Adam Smile. Oh, are you sure that was good? Here you go, I'm gonna pass it. I'm gonna pass it. Grab that.
Oh.
Grab that.
High school, and what a congratulations on your victory and everything, but also welcome to the Steve Davis Show.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, Steve.
I know late second notice. I was kind of waiting for Saturday to watch the game on Comcast Channel 26, and you guys came through, beat the tough Volcano Vista team.
Sheesh, they've had us. You know, they beat us twice, once in the Metro and once in the first game of district, and then just a real tough day. You know. Cold weather, wind was blowing a little bit, but you know, luckily our kids hung on, and we got a win out of that.
Well, a game that was supposed to be scheduled at 10 o'clock and then got moved because of the weather. So that did it have any? I guess you're ready to play at that time, but the weather actually was better than it was in the morning. So
yeah, we looked at the weather 24-hour forecast and kept looking, and we had a pretty good break after, you know, from 2 o'clock on to try to get that in. So.
And like you said, Volcano Vista, your whole district is pretty strong. We'll get more in detail with that, but you know, coming into this year, I you know, over the last 3 or 4 years, it just seemed like the next year is going to be the year. The next year is going to be the year. I mean, you've had 3 runner-ups, and now you're finally the district champion in a very tough district.
Oh, it's absolutely tough. Every day you play is a grind. And you know, going back to last year, 3 of the Final 4 teams were from our district, and then we got 4 in the top 8 this year. So yeah, it's a really tough district, just a grind every time you step on the field. And
you know, it was a surprise this morning when you came in. And it's just like we just met. You know, you've been there 8 years. You're a veteran coach now. I mean, when you first came in, you just were. It just seemed like you took over Cleveland and built that program.
Yeah, it's gone quick, but yeah, I think we're fine. Yeah, we're building that program, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. We still are relatively a new school, and but in all of our sports, we're building that up, and we've been pretty competitive. You know,
and you have your natural rivalry, which you know Coach Murphy. I mean, he speaks for himself, and I mean, and you guys are good friends. It's amazing when I see you at his tournament and everything. You guys are all talking and everything, but it gets baseball time, then it just comes down to you guys want to win it.
Right. Yeah. Well, we get along really well, and I think a lot of our coaches in our district do. I think everybody's a class act. And then Murph and I, yeah. But once we step on the field, he wants to beat me, and I want to beat him. But off the field, I mean, we're there. We're all there to talk and get along pretty well.
It's I'm looking at your district, and we had a little change in El Dorado's new coach. Coach John stepped down. Probably one of the grandfather or granddeal of all baseball. You just never thought he would ever step down, and he steps down, and now I'm looking at your district, and your coaches have been there. I mean, that's what makes your district so tough, is because you coaches have been there for quite a while now.
Yeah, every one of us in the district, all 5 teams have been there for quite a while, competing against each other, and not much turnover. So yeah, it's been good.
And I look in all sports, it doesn't matter, softball, baseball, basketball, is the coaches that have tenure. They usually have success.
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Or they do things right, on and off the field. I think is very important. Not just always measured by wins and losses, but just doing things right.
And I'll go one step further. They have great assistants. And they keep the. I look at all the coaches, and I look at the assistants that's been on their staff for year after year after year. And if they're consistent, then usually there's good results on the win side.
Right. Yeah, we haven't had much turnover and assistant coaches since I've been here, and my assistants do a great job. I'm real proud of them.
Well, you should be. I mean, this year, it's kind of, this year's been really interesting for me. We've been doing a lot of Lobo baseball, and we've been doing things. So I've been kind of, I read James Otis to keep up with the journal with most of the things that are happening. But it's this thing is wide open this year.
Yeah, there's 1 through 16 are very tough teams. There's no easy game. It's just going to be, pitching matchups, grinding it out, seeing how you compare and certain things. But yeah, very good top 16 this year.
We'll get into that in here in a little bit on how the seeding and selection show went last night. Late night for you, huh? You kind of had an idea that you'd be in the top, in the number 2, but I mean, you never know. But it looked very well for you.
Yeah, I thought we'd get 2, no doubt, and that's what I think we deserve. But but you want to see who you're playing, and that's the main key. So, yeah, I stayed up late watching it, and we drew Mayfield and play them on Friday at 4 o'clock.
And Mayfield's traditionally been there. You're gonna have to come play because like you said, this whole brag, but traditionally Mayfield's in that top 8, and usually people are going down there to play in the first round.
And Mayfield has 14 wins. I mean, that's quite a good season. That's a great season. They're well above 500, and yeah, I don't expect them to be no easy task by all means. So.
Coming into this year, I mean, a lot of seniors, a lot of people coming back, and
we have a lot coming back. We have 6 seniors. A few of them are pitchers, and then our outfield seniors, but our entire infield's coming back.
So, expectations coming into this year was, when you looked at your bracket, did you say, well, we're going to be the district champions, or you had a shot at the district champions, or just you didn't know?
Honestly, I didn't know. We just wanted to compete every game, and I mean, our goal is always to win a district championship and get to the state championship and stuff like that. But every year is so different. We lost some very good seniors last year, so we had to replace them. But you just didn't know. And then adding Pedro Vista to the mix this year was just made it that much tougher.
I was looking at your pregame schedule, and does your athletic director like you, or did you just set it up that way? I'm looking. I know Farmington's always, in the past is always, Farmington's is a tough team to play and the deal. But you have Farmington, you have Clovis, you got Hobbs, you got some of the Carlsbad. That's you just wanted to show. Hey, you wanted to make sure you guys knew where you were at early in the year.
Well, I think your pre-district tests you for district, and hopefully gets all that gets you ready for the playoffs. So, yeah, we had a grind. I mean, we had the second toughest strength of schedule in the state this year.
I didn't know that, but I was just looking at looking through the thing, and I'm like sitting here going, wow, this is a pretty impressive year.
It's so far, very satisfied so far. I'm just hoping we're not done. But
so you beat Hobbs, and Hobbs wins their district over Carlsbad, and I think you had 2 victories over Hobbs.
We did,
and so that speaks for itself. And then Carlsbad is one of those teams that I don't think anybody wants to go against Rogers. I mean, I wouldn't want to go. I saw his stats the other day, and it speaks for itself.
Well, Rogers is obviously the best pitcher in the state, and when we played them twice. We beat them once and we lost once. When we played them in their championship game, it was fun back then to go against Rogers. I mean, no doubt, the kids, to get the experience for the kids. I mean, hopefully he's going to be a first-round draft choice, maybe make to the major league someday. So, yeah, back then I wanted to face Rogers. Right now, we might want to get to somebody else if we can.
You know what? That's funny that you say that, because I'm like, everybody. And I've watched baseball. I mean, it's been crazy for me. I've gotten to know all the coaches that come out, and there's strategies all year long about, when do you play a pitcher, and you got, because it's such a short season. I mean, it's hard. I mean, you know, we're in basketball. It's selection season. You guys already played 9, 10 games. We come out and do the Metro Championships, and I look at all the season's already almost half over.
Yeah, we play a lot of tournaments early for us, especially, and we you know, like at one stretch we played 7 games in 9 days. So as far as pitching, I think we've you know, been tested, and we've thrown, you know, 8 or 9 guys, and so. But, you know, at this point, we're hoping we know kind of what we have. But.
And talking, you know, with yourself and coaches and things like that, it's you have a young guy that you want to see, but at the same time, you don't want to lose the guy. I mean, it's a little bit of a catch-22. I mean, you putting people in, you may just want to see where he's at, because somebody might get hurt, somebody there, you might have to throw him in the fire later on, and
sure.
And I marvel at y'all's strategy starting from the beginning of the year to the end of the year.
Yeah, it's hard to piece it together sometimes, no doubt, especially when you're playing multiple games, and then we have the pitch count, you know, days rest. It's not really the pitch count that phases us. I think it's more the days rest, however many pitches they throw.
And that kind of changed this year, didn't it? The rules a little bit. There was a little. Right.
Yeah. So it's. I don't have the exact numbers, but it's
right.
like, you know, you throw over 40 pitches, you need 1 day rest, and 60 and so forth. You can max out at 120, but you're gonna have to go 4 days rest. So it's gonna be hard to. It's hard to throw somebody on Thursday and bring them back on Friday or Saturday, just with the.
Which is a tendency in the past. That's what a lot of coaches have done. So this is the first year of that. So there's a little bit of, you know.
Because it used to be innings. You used to go 12 innings every 72 hours. Now it's however many pitches they throw. You have to have a day or 2 or 3 or 4 days rest in between, and that's what the change has been.
Well, Shane, we're going to come to the Dave and Buster's top 10 plays of the week, and then we're going to come back and start with the Rio Rancho tournament where you had a walk-off.
Yeah.
It's a 2-1. And Little could have put this up to left field. And this one gone. It's a 3-run shot by Grant Little. And just like that, Texas Tech right back in it. Solo shot for Orlando Garcia. Goldberg first, the line fires a fastball, and this is belted to left field, deep at the wall. Capella can't get there, and it's a 2-run shot for Hunter Hargrove. This one smashed to right field, and it is gone. 3-run bomb, absolutely hammered. And Simpson scores. Bottom half. Square to left. Montoya still coming on the dive, makes the play. Nice play. Put a star on that one out and left. Still going back, and he makes a running catch in right center field. What a play by Tatum. Put a star on that one. Yeah. West Conference play. Runner's going to go here. This belted out to center field deep. I don't know. Luis Gonzalez all the way at the right. This is hammered to left field. Looking up is Grant Little, and it's gone. A 2-run shot, a 3-run shot, excuse me, for Carl Stajahan. And it's 11-8. How about the 11th bomb this year for Carl Stajahan? On the fire, and this one is blasted deep to center. All the way back at the
Visit the Frontier Restaurant. Due to heavy construction on Central, take lead or coal coming north or south. The Frontier Restaurant. Get your Frontier fix on. Garden Sort's Team Sales is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Get into the game. Garden Schwartz Team Sales features fine products and apparel from Wilson, Schutt Sports, Speedline, and Russell Athletics. We offer custom embroidery and screen printing services for all of your school or club needs, from team uniforms to school leather jackets. Specializing in all sports and serving all communities, from big schools to small schools, from up north to down south, or all points in between. Garden Schwartz Team Sales. For great prices, friendly staff, and quality products, call Garden Schwartz Team Sales today at 1-800-880-7767. That's 1-800-880-7767. Since 1939, Garden Schwartz Team Sales is a proud supporter of New Mexico youth athletics.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Hey Lobo fans, I'm Sarah.
And I'm Samantha.
Jaguar Land Rover Albuquerque has been a family-owned business since 1988. The 2017 Jaguar F-Pace has been named the winner of the 2017 World Car of the Year and World Car Design of the Year.
Land Rover's signature terrain response system is flawless against any curveball New Mexico weather can throw at you.
We have a class-leading extended warranty on all Jags and Land Rovers and one of the greatest pre-owned inventories in the state of New Mexico.
Call 505-797-3600 to schedule a test drive.
Hey, welcome back to Steve Davis Show. We have Shane Schellenberger, the head Cleveland baseball coach, and also the 2017 district championships, and hopefully moving on to the Blue Trophy. It's always a deal. It's always one game at a time, so we worry about that in a couple of weeks. But Shane, you know, Rio Rancho, Sal Pantas champion win that, and we have some clips of it. Let's take some clips, and I'll let you be play-by-play. I'll let you be Adam Dale here.
Snagged it, and it's safe. And so
Yeah,
there's an RBI.
I don't know who that is. That
single.
was looked like Treston slid underneath the tag there at third. And I'm not sure who hit that ball. Kind of went quick, but
I'm throwing you on the spot. I'm throwing you under the bus
yeah,
right here,
I think
man.
right here Healy's up and we're down 1, bases loaded, and I think we only have, I don't know if we have any outs or if there's 1 out. Can't remember, but I think
This is the bottom of the 7th right here. So
right. And I think Robert draws a walk to tie the game, and then we win it on the next batter, if I'm not mistaken.
Right, and you're playing Clovis, right?
We're playing Clovis in the championship game. Yeah.
And they've been there in the championship game like the last 2 years, if I'm correct.
Yeah, Clovis, Coach Crusoe there is doing a great job at Clovis. I'm very happy for him.
The thing I saw about Clovis was
Yeah, that was Jack Morano. He came through with that single there to win the
man,
game.
he's had a great year for you, hasn't he?
He's done a great job. Played a great third base. Obviously, one of our main guys on the mound. So, yeah, he's had an outstanding year.
So winning that, I mean, that's the pride of Rio Rancho. I mean, Cleveland and Rio Rancho. I mean, you're winning on Rio Rancho's deal. I mean, you got a lot of. I mean, that's a good feeling. So what are you thinking right now at that time of the season right there?
Honestly, in that game, I was thinking how we're going to get better. We had 5 errors in that game and gave up a lot of unearned runs. I'll be flat honest with you.
Lucky to come out and win. I mean,
Right, and I was really proud of the kids to keep battling. Don't get me wrong. There's a lot of positives there too, but I was actually honestly at that exact moment figuring out what we had to do at practice to get rid of some of the miscues that we had that game, because I felt like that's important as you grow through the season, and we still had a lot of games left. So.
About right that time, you're mid-season probably, or right, yeah, you're mid-season,
About halfway.
halfway right there, and I know that Coach Murphy's over there. That didn't go well with him because you're winning. I mean, it's his tournament and he wasn't in there, but to beat Clovis, the place where you've came from, right?
Yeah,
So
definitely.
that's got to be some pride too.
It was. I was very happy with the game. That's not what what I'm trying to get at all. I was very.
I
happy
was
with the
there.
win, but,
I was at the game. I watched the game, and
I just knew that if we had 5 errors against any district opponent, we weren't going to have a chance of winning that. And we had district coming up right after that tournament, so to start district play. So that's what I needed. We needed to grind on.
Thinking about your district, we kind of said, I mean, if you look at the brackets, 4 of your 8 teams are the top 8.
Yeah, man, that's something, isn't it?
I was like, and then I think more astounding to me is, Rio Rancho's record of 18-8, and they're the number 4 spot out of your district. I mean, that just kind of shows you the Pedro Visix is. I think they're no surprise to anybody. I mean, because they've done so well in 5A in the last, they've dominated the 5A for the last 10 or 15 years. So seeing them come in, it was like, you guys better be ready because you got another powerhouse coming in.
Yeah, that's no surprise that they would come in and compete right away. Coach McGaw does a good job up there. They set their schedule up very tough. Even when they were 5A, they'd try to play as many 6A teams as they could. So it's no surprise, but yeah, that just made our district that much tougher for sure.
And it made you tougher too because you have to travel. I mean, it's not like you have to go to go to Farmington. I mean, it makes you got to be mindset is even traveling on even it's only 3 hours, but it's just that's 6 hours a day, and then have to rebound and get ready for the next game. And either way,
yeah, we don't travel too much, here in the metro, but luckily we got to go to a Hobbs tournament and a Carlsbad tournament, so we had a little bit of traveling on our personal squad. But so that kind of helped us. But yeah, it's tough to play up there.
But the rhythm of what I'm saying is you got to get, you're having to leave at noon or less or earlier.
6 in the morning.
I was trying to be nice on that, but you get there and you got to get, you got to have breakfast, you got to have lunch, and you got to get your deal. And that's right, you're playing a 4 o'clock game. I was thinking.
No, we played 11 o'clock game.
Oh, it was 11 o'clock.
Yeah, we really left at 6 in the morning. It was yeah, it's early. You get there.
It's on a Saturday.
It's on a Saturday. This year it was on a Saturday, yes.
Wow, so you get to get up and get on the bus and go right to the field, huh?
Right. Yeah. Get there and get ready. So yeah, it was a tough day, but we.
So, but it's tough on them. They got to come. I'm just saying it works both ways, but
yeah, when we played them at home, I'm pretty sure that was on Tuesday. So it was a 4 o'clock in the afternoon game, but yeah, just both tough games, just a war.
I tell you, this year, I'm looking at the brackets that came out late last night, and we were just talking. This, as far as weather, except for the last say 2 weeks of the deal, it's been baseball weather this year. It's been baseball friendly, and the games haven't been. The wind has been very calm, and it's been beautiful days, and on most parts, and it's but it's Albuquerque, New Mexico. The weather kind of caught up to us here in the last couple of weeks. So it
did. There's a handful of games that we might not have had great weather for all year, but for the most part, it's been really nice.
Now, if you look at your 20-6, so I mean, out of the 26 games, you have some better weather days, and I mean, there's been some years, man. It's almost every week. It was just nasty to even, and that's where we're so, we're so fortunate to have Cleveland, and there's some places we just can't afford to lose our equipment because we're outside, and we have to be inside, and that's one thing I want to tell you guys. That's appreciate that we have good facilities.
Yeah, definitely. We love having
Rio Rancho's good, and then we do a lot of the Rio Rancho and El Dorado games because we're undercover, and we have also the internet sitting there, and it's a lot of good things.
Yeah, and we appreciate having you guys there. We want, obviously it's just great for our state. So But yeah, hopefully we got internet too and a press box, so hopefully and you guys came out and did the volcano game, so it was nice.
Well, no, it actually it was actually Adam. Adam was he's been keeping more up with the details, and he said, "Oh, this is a big game. This is huge, and we're doing the game. We're doing the game, and no matter what the weather is." And so that was neat that he had that enthusiasm to go with it, and this year we. Covered a lot of we covered your district very well.
Yeah, I've seen Adam. Adam does a great job. He's always down interviewing, talking, and but yeah, I've seen you guys out there quite a bit. It's been nice.
But it's 'cause we were set up a little bit at Volcano Vista, but we're still out in the elements, and so we try to get there. But Rio Rancho and Cleveland, and like I said, El Dorado is the facilities meet what we need to do a good broadcast.
Yes, sir. I understand. Yeah.
So with that, it's great that you're winning. I mean, it's awesome. Because I know sometimes, man, one year, Coach Johns, we did a lot of El Dorado games, and it just seems like, and we did a lot and Sandia is a good place for us too. We do a lot of Sandia and El Dorado, Cleveland, Rio Rancho, and Volcano games. A little bit of Cibola games. Their setup's pretty good too, and so it was one of those. It was the year they won the state championship. But if you go back to that year, they couldn't get a hit in a timely manner, and they just lost, and then the same thing's going to happen this week or whatever. It's always about matchups and getting the right pitching bills, but finally their bats started clicking at the right time. That's what I'm excited right now to see which team can La Cueva keep their pace that they've had all year long, or is there now you've got a lot of momentum coming, and now that you can, out of maybe the toughest district, in the state. I mean, it speaks for itself. 4 out of 8, it speaks for itself. So.
Yeah, it's now's the time just to try to get hot and hopefully go 5 straight games and see who gets hot. But yeah, it's like we talked earlier. There's definitely no easy task.
Well, let's go see some highlights of Cibola. While we're here, we pull this up on the screen there and see what this Cibola team has always been there. This year, it just seems like your district was just too tough.
Yeah, right there we scored on an error by the first baseman, but scored a couple runs there, and I think that was in the first inning, I believe, and then. Yeah, Cibola fought back in this game pretty good.
Which they always do.
Yeah.
I mean, it seems like I've done a lot of your games, and it seems like it comes down to the wire.
Yeah, they're tough. They're a pretty scrappy team, and they had a chance to get in at that final spot too, but I guess Oñate beat them out. So.
Well, it's tough when you have, you look at your, because you do the overall record and but strength of schedule couldn't have been any tougher than.
Yeah. Cibola had a pretty tough grind as well. So, and then, like we talked about this district, just tough.
Well, it looked like your bats right
here. That was a great play
yeah.
by that third baseman right there. Took a hit away from Treston, but. Yeah, they made some plays, and there wasn't many errors that game either in an 18-14 game. So
you couldn't put them away. Well, they just kept battling back, and it was fun for us to do the game because it was so many good plays and so much. If you like offense, I love offense. So I like to go the game, and then I'd also like to see good pitching because I like 2 good pitchers to be going at it. But if it's going to be a knockout drag, I like to see people getting around the bases.
Yeah, I'm a hitter. I mean, I like to hit, so I agree with you on that part. I like the offensive game, but I also don't like high scoring like that either. 18-14, it kind of gets a little stressful.
Well, the good thing is that you came out on the winning side. Now, I mean, if you gave up, you give up 18 runs and you lose, then you know, I mean, it's like Ray Berman now. I mean, he gave up, you know, got 15, 16 runs and then gets beat by 27 runs. That's not really good. So.
No, that's a great point.
so we're winning that game. You're right, probably in middle of district play right there, and you know, what's your thoughts, you know, going into the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, that was a big game actually because we still had to go with Pedro Vista, Volcano. After that, I think we just lost a tough one to Rio Rancho. So we knew we needed to get back on track with district if we were going to have a chance of winning it at that point.
At that time, did you think you could win the district with the upcoming schedule? I mean, I always think that, but I'm just saying realistically, you know, everything had to go right, or was it just?
Well, yeah, we needed. I mean, going into the last week of the season, we needed Pedro Vista to beat Volcano so we could just beat them head to head, and that was for district champs. Because if Volcano would have won that game, we'd had to win by like 7 or more. So it would have came down to run differentials. So we needed a little bit of help, but once it was just head to head, you know, we knew it was in our own destiny.
Well, Shay, we're going to come back in this next segment and look at that your district game you won here on this last Saturday.
Don't forget, every Proview Network sporting event is on sale at our DVD store. Go to www.proviewNetworks.com to buy your DVD today. Car Crafters, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Are you sure we're supposed to be doing this?
Don't worry, I've watched him do it 1,000 times. Come on, what's the worst that can happen?
No! Bad dog!
Hi, welcome to Car Crafters. What happened? Don't worry, we'll make it like it never happened.
Car Crafters, it's like it never happened.
Terry Cosper Insurance Agency is a proud partner with Proview Networks and a proud supporter of New Mexico High School athletics. Terry's been a local farmer's agent for over 20 years for auto, home, life, and business insurance. Just like high school sports are important, so are teen drivers. For more information, call Terry or one of his licensed staff members at 898-5556. Quotes are available for you. Gecko's Bar and Tapas, a proud supporter of Proview Networks. It's been a fan favorite spot for food lovers and sports fans. With not one, but 2 great locations, including outdoor patio, an atmosphere you won't want to miss. Gecko's, off Academy and in Nob Hill.
I am never getting married. Never. Guaranteed.
You picked a beautiful ring.
Thank you. We're never having kids.
I love it here.
We are never moving to the suburbs. We are never getting one of those. We're never having another kid.
I'm pregnant.
I'm never letting go.
For all the nevers in life, talk to State Farm agent Michelle Rudolph or Marty Size in Albuquerque.
The Barley Room, a proud sponsor of Proview Networks for over 9 years, is pleased to introduce Black Iron Catering. From weddings and family reunions to birthdays and office parties, Black Iron Catering is perfect for any event. Contact Jamie at 505-459-8259 and book your event today. Black Iron Catering. Let us bring our kitchen to you.
Hey, the juice is coming right at you. Focusing on everything on and off the court. Life, music, fashion.
Music? Really?
Do you got the juice?
Do you have the juice?
Sure, you could get him a new car. You could also light a pile of money on fire. So maintaining this old car is your best option. Keep it running longer, stronger, with quality parts and a whole lot of Napa know-how.
Altitude Sports Grill is where Albuquerque's sports fans won't miss a game. With locally crafted brews on tap and refreshingly crisp cocktails. Located in Hotel Cascada, Albuquerque residents find a staycation worth staying for. Catching Lobo sports, enjoying a beer on the beach, or wiping out, Hotel Cascada is home to your urban adventure. Affordable guest rooms, no-hassle water park parties, and much more.
Hey, welcome back to the Steve Davis Show. We have Shane Schellenberger, the head baseball coach at Cleveland High School and also the 2017 district champions. And what more better than to have the last day of the game, home field, and playing a rival team like Volcano Vista.
Yeah, it was exciting. You know, winner take all, and it's our first time we had a true district championship in our own destiny there, or our own path, so to speak. So that's what it came down to. It was great.
And as a coach, that's what you want. As a player, that's what you want. You know, and being on your home field. I mean, everything kind of played out the year, and it weather, as we had spoken earlier, game was supposed to start at 10 o'clock, and then looked at the weather, and it's neat. It's amazing how that forecast, it just seemed like, you know, just everything kind of cleared up, and at 2 o'clock it's still a little cold, but still baseball weather.
Yeah, but no moisture, you know, no rain or snow or anything like that to make it sloppy. So, yeah, there was a good window right there that we knew we could get it in, so we got it in.
Well, let's look at the highlights on that. We'll put those clips up real quick.
That was a good play by Jack Morano at third. He made a few good
plays. Boy,
what
the defensive and offensively, man. I like I said, I watched the game at home, and what a performance. You know, big time players do big time things in big games, right?
Right, yeah. And the third baseman helped us out a couple times in this game, but that was Jack right there too with the big hit. He went 2 for 3 and had an RBI in that game. There's another big play by Jack.
Man, it just seemed like he was like defense, offense, and
there's Treston, bases loaded. That was a big scoop by our first baseman, and get us out of a base loaded jam. There's another. That was a really good play right there. Collected himself, made a good throw, and that was a big hit by Jaron Jackson right there, and on a kind of a hit and run.
Jackson had a good year too, right? So,
yeah, not too bad. We brought him up when district started, and he started for us ever since. So he's done a good job. Jack came in to close the game. That was the final out right there.
Well, was the emotions? Are we ready to move on to the? You know, I mean, or is it your team? You know, sometimes, or they just took care of business, and we're going to move forward. We got district. Wait for the selection and seeding and come back next week.
I think that was the feel. You know, this is these guys expect to win. You know, the team. It's a different team, and they don't ever get too up or too down. They just kind of go out and play. And yeah, I think the feel for them was just to see who we have, and you know, let's go play this weekend and see what happens.
A lot of things, you know, a lot of moving parts this time of year. I mean, and people need to hear this. I mean, it's graduation. I mean, assuming you win on Friday, the next week is chaotic, and to keep the players and keep everybody focused. Even yourself. I mean, you're a teacher. You got things. There's a lot of end of the year school things you got to get complete, and it's amazing the focus that baseball and track and girls softball they got to do in the next 2 weeks.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, you know, especially with your seniors, with graduations and you know, all the school activities that they have going on before the graduation and at night, and then they're not in school for a little while hopefully we're still in the playoffs. So yeah, you just got to balance a lot of issues, especially with seniors, and it's you know, it's tough to do. You just got to have your priorities right. You know, hopefully the kids will have their priorities right and finish out the season strong.
And you're doing something a little bit different this year. You're having your banquet before the end of the year because of all these distractions.
Yeah, I thought if we got it done early, then we'd free up the seniors and even the rest of the guys to be able to focus on hopefully just finishing out the season in baseball, and of course what they got going on for school and graduation, finals, all that stuff. That all plays into a factor. So I did it a little earlier this year, yes.
And help me out. I mean, it's been a while since. I just remember when I was a senior, we had senior week, so we didn't go to school the last week. Is that still the same?
Yeah,
Is that the same? So
senior finals are this Wednesday and Thursday. Tomorrow and the next day, and then they're done pretty much. The seniors.
But then they got to go play on Friday and
and then hopefully if we win, within next week, that's where lies all these problems. So that's why I figure we get our banquet done a little early and free some stuff up and help them, relieve them of at least one thing that they don't have to do.
And you know, and it's, I like your concept on that, because, you know, whoever makes it to the next week and plays on till Saturday, is school's out. I mean, and they have to have that banquet, you know.
And you got seniors that want to go on vacations and
Right,
take their senior trips,
right,
and
yeah,
there's
yeah.
a lot. So that's why we decided, this first year we've done it, we'll see how it works, and
Where's that at? Where is it going to be at?
It's at an event center down on Golf Course. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Well, and then they got to go take their test, and then there's always concerns, you know, who's eligible, who's not eligible.
Well, we're okay now. So, yeah, they're good to the end of the semester no matter what. But yeah,
okay.
We're okay.
I just thought of that. I didn't know if there was, you know, some things that might happen. But then there's always that temptations of, you know, that's out there. That's, like you said, there's a lot of celebrating of things and making sure that everybody keeps focus over the next couple of weeks.
We talk every day on that stuff. Every day we try to give them reminders not to be, you know, just make smart choices every day. So we had prom this last weekend, you know, which was another thing you know, everybody's getting ready for. And anyway, everything's good.
Was that Saturday night or was that Friday night?
Saturday night, yeah.
That was that
after our game.
Yeah, you get that's where the coaching comes in and the experience comes in, because that's, you know, one, you win that game, and there's, you know, everybody's celebrating, and like I said, I guess you said the correct word is making the right choices. So, and keeping away from that temptation of doing something that your peer group might put you in, put you in a situation in.
Yes, sir.
But so we got all past all that. So now it's, hey, can we pull up the bracket really quick? And you know, you win the district. Last night was late, I think till midnight almost to get the brackets, and just kind of look at this. I think as they're putting this up, we know that La Cueva, you know, and let's just kind of go down this. Help me, Shane, a little bit. La Cueva, I think, is, you know, they've lost one game.
First game of the year.
First game of the year to Valley. Since then, they've been on a roll. Can they maintain that for the deal? They got a great pitching. They got great. I think what I see more, and I read the stats, is they got 4 hitters that can hit.
Yeah, I mean, La Cueva is obviously a solid team. You know, they got the pitching and they got defense, and they can hit a little bit. So. Yeah, you know, we'll see how they do, and got Oñate. They're playing Oñate, who's actually, we played Oñate. I think La Cueva played Oñate a double, if I'm not mistaken, early in the year as well. But we played Oñate, and I think they're pretty scrappy team. Got one really good pitcher that I really liked, and
that's what I'm seeing and reading and everything, is almost everybody's got one good pitcher. Now the question is who's the second and third pitchers, and the matchups between those second and third pitchers are going to be.
Right, I agree with you. I mean, it seems like you go down the list, and it seems like everybody's got one guy there that's really good, and then a few teams have a couple guys, but yeah, I agree. That's going to be interesting.
And we'll just stay on the left side of the bracket. You know, Rio Rancho, El Dorado. That's, you know, 2 teams that are historically known for baseball. I mean,
definitely. And
anything can happen in that game. Rio Rancho, if I'm correct, they're young. They're a young team that are, but their record's 18-8.
Yeah, they are young. I think they start 4 freshmen on a regular basis, but you know, they have a lot of experience pitching coming back on that team that I think carries them a little bit as well. And you know, that El Dorado obviously has had a good season as well, so that's going to be a good series.
Well, new
watch.
coach, you know, and as you know, when you first came, I looked at him he's done a good job. I mean, he's held them in there, so that's going to be an interesting game. Then I think the game that Carlsbad, Rogers. I think if you're a fan, you want to see a guy that gets 45 to 50 scouts every time he comes does a game, and then also, you know, builds up the opposing team that they want to get a hit against him. You know.
Yeah, I think they want to get a hit against him, and I think it's also good for everybody surrounding both teams for scouts to come out and they get a chance to shine themselves, which is good too. So.
Actually, we improvised. We got this thing down on the bottom there, and got the whole deal. So we're not having. Actually, we're going to break this down good, and then. But Albuquerque High, first, you know, similar to what you. I mean, this is what 19. I was reading it this morning. You know, it's almost 20-something years or 30-something years almost for them to win a district, and I think, as you know, in any sport, you don't want to play a team that's getting some momentum. I mean, no matter what their record is and what district they played in, if they're having success, you don't want to give them any chance, or you got to be ready to play.
Yeah, I agree. It's high school baseball. You know, anything can happen, and any given day, and I do believe that. So, but congratulations, Albuquerque High. Good job for them.
I tell you, I saw that, and you know, and I know I'm missing it, but I just read it this morning, and it's been a while. You know, 26 or 27 years, or something, 1980s or something like that. And then real quickly, let's go with you know, Hobbs and Valley and Coach Kuhn. Hobbs, a team that you played twice this year. So.
We did play Hobbs. They're good. Coach Boyle does a great job down there in the South, and they got a couple really good pitchers, and you know, they played well to win that district. That's another tough district, obviously, and they won that district and faced Valley. I haven't got to see Valley play, but I know they got one pitcher that's obviously really good. I think he's the one that beat LaQuave the first game of the year.
And Coach Chad, you know, he does a great job.
Sure,
I mean,
does.
He's been there. He's one of those veteran guys and things like that. So,
yeah.
Hey, we're going to come and do the other side of the bracket, and then we're going to talk about you know, your thoughts on the teams you're going to be playing.
Visit the Frontier Restaurant. Due to heavy construction on Central, take lead or coal coming north or south. The Frontier Restaurant. Get your Frontier fix on. Garden Sort's Team Sales is a proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Get into the game. Garden Schwartz Team Sales features fine products and apparel from Wilson, Schutt Sports, Speedline, and Russell Athletics. We offer custom embroidery and screen printing services for all of your school or club needs, from team uniforms to school letter jackets. Specializing in all sports and serving all communities, from big schools to small schools, from up north to down south, or all points in between. Garden Schwartz Team Sales. For great prices, friendly staff, and quality products, call Garden Schwartz Team Sales today at 1-800-880-7767. That's 1-800-880-7767. Since 1939, Garden Schwartz Team Sales is a proud supporter of New Mexico youth athletics.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, green and red chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier Cinnabons. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenpride@abq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs, proud supporter of Proview Sports Network.
Steve Davis Show. We've got Shane Schellenberger here as the head baseball coach at Cleveland High School and 2017 district champs. And you know, we're going to look at the right side of the bracket here, and we have Pedro Vista and Atrisco Heritage.
Yeah, tough. I mean, I haven't got to see Atrisco play this year, but I know.
I have. I've watched them. I mean, we've done some games with them, and what a great job. I mean, I always look at all the programs. You know, also have great athletic directors. So you know, I mean, and I think you guys have Bruce Carver, the head, but you know, you've got Larry there that's right there. Paul, you said you probably met with him this morning, but I'm just saying, or yesterday. But that's great to have people like themselves that are supporting all the coaches and the programs.
I agree. Having a support system around you with administrators and stuff is always awesome, and especially when they they know about all the sports. I mean, Larry actually coached baseball in Santa Rosa a long, long time ago, so he knows baseball. But yeah, we talked a little bit this morning, but not too much. But that'll be a good matchup, I think.
I don't know much about Pedro Vista. I just know that they have a reputation. The name Pedro Vista in the baseball world is, in 5A, you just expect them to be in the finals. I mean, it was just like year after year after year, and so that's going to be interesting. And Pedro Vista is going to be on the road, so.
No, Pedro Vista will play at home.
Oh, they're going to play at home. Okay, there you go. All right, you're helping me out there then.
So, we'll see how Trisco travels, but Pedro Vista's got a phenomenal team. They got great pitching and some great hitters, and they play really good defense. So, yeah, that's going to be
Let's move right on there to Centennial and Clovis, a 6th and number 11 seed. And Clovis, a team that you guys beat in the South Puentes baseball tournament in Rio Rancho, and a team that seems to be good earlier and then seems to kind of let up. I mean, I've been following them over the last 2 or 3 years, but another entry. I don't know much about Centennial.
Well, we got to play both of them. We actually played Clovis twice this year, and we beat them down in the Hobbs tournament. Another close game. I want to say it was 1 or 2 run game, 3-1, I think it was. They just, to me, Clovis just doesn't hurt themselves. They just play consistent. Their pitchers throw strikes and they make the plays.
And he gets a great. They don't have a lot of size. I mean, I was looking. I was at the game and I actually talked to the coach's brother, and he was up in the stand. I sat in the Clovis side.
Sean?
Yeah.
Sean played for me. He was a starter for me for 4 years in Clovis. Yeah, what a great, one of my favorite kids.
Tom Dragmaster and I we were sitting right below him, and then we started getting to talk to him, and then he was telling me about he doesn't miss a game. He travels and sees the whole thing, and it was amazing how much knowledge he had of baseball, not being a head coach.
Well, Sean, like I said, Sean was a 4-year starter for me. The year we lost to LaQuave in the state championship game in Clovis, he was my starting second baseman that year. And then he went on to play 4 years at Eastern New Mexico. So yeah, he has a lot of baseball knowledge. What a great.
No, Tom and I, we sat there and we talked to him for the whole. It was fortunate that we got to. We were sitting right below him. And we're listening to him, and then we started talking to him, and he was so glad that we were there doing the game. So that was nice too. So.
He's a phenomenal person. Yeah, great. And then we played Centennial. Centennial's they got some big kids and they can really swing it. Have pitching. They're a solid team as well. They're a very, 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 very scary team.
Well, let's move on to the next. You got Volcano Vista and also Las Cruces, and I think that's one of the matches that you say is going to be very interesting.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a tough
7-10 matchup.
Yeah, Volcano, obviously we know they're a good team. We got to play them, and then just looking at scores and records and so forth from Las Cruces, they look like they're just, that's just going to be a good matchup for both of these guys.
Well, and then it comes down to number 2 and number 15, Cleveland and Mayfield. And as I said earlier, Mayfield is one of those teams you always expect good things to happen. I mean, they may not be. You got to go beat them. They're not going to roll over.
Yeah, I don't expect them to roll over by all means. So
and that's a game that you're going to play on Friday at 4 o'clock, the first game, and then 11 o'clock on Saturday, and that's going to be at Cleveland.
Yes, sir.
That's going to be. I mean, it's that time of year, isn't it?
Yeah, it's that time of year. Like you say, Mayfield's definitely it's a new season for everybody. You can break up your seasons into 3. You got your pre-district, now you got a new season when it comes to district, and now you got a new season when it comes to the playoffs. And so everybody's coming in, 0-0 record, because whoever wins keeps moving, the other one goes home.
Well, and there's it's the best of 3 games. I mean that's the other thing in that first round. I mean, there's no slacking.
No, it's the best 3, and I like that. You're going to get the best team out of that. or whoever gets hot at the right time. You know, however you want to look at it. But yeah, it's, you know, got to play 2 games at least and possibly 3.
And I want to say that there's still, just like there's still the home field advantage. I mean, if you look, you know, look at this. Most of the teams coming out of this are going to be the home field that moves on to the next bracket. There's some few upsets, but I'm just saying typically, usually it's maybe six out of the 8 games or something like that that's going to happen. So,
well, I hope we're one of them.
I just thought that, and I didn't want to also jinx you the other way and say, oh no, I don't want to put any negative thoughts out there. But I know in basketball and in football, it's you want to be at home. I mean, the pitching mound, I mean, even though it's the dimensions.
We play on turf, you know. They play on grass down there. I'm not so sure how much experience they've had on turf. And
turf is quicker. I mean, the game's a little bit. I mean, you know, that's what I understand. Maybe.
I don't think so. I guess it just depends on how well manicured your grass is. It is quicker than a couple grass fields we play on, but then there's some that it's about the same. But the hops are different a little bit here and there, but you're right. The atmosphere of being at home is obviously makes the kids feel a lot more comfortable.
Sleeping in their own beds, right. Coming in, eating in their the same environment, and just that we always talk about. It's just the routine is there. And,
right.
There's no the elements are all in your favor.
Yes.
No matter of all the home teams. So
right.
It's Now, with me saying that, usually the metro area teams, they played in those others did, but I'm when a team traveling on the road, I think that's a big plus for the home team.
Yeah, I agree. Traveling, especially coming, 3.5, 4 hours or whatever, that could, if you're not used to it or you haven't done it, it could be kind of difficult.
Well, what do you see on this bracket teams that stick out to you that we, the public, or the guys looking down, that wouldn't surprise you to see somebody that's a lower seed, maybe be that like Volcano Vista in basketball? Who's like the long shot, somebody that might?
Well, I mean,
you're just saying all 16.
I'm going to say all 16 because I'm telling you what, I really do feel like, I've seen most of these teams. There's only a couple I haven't, and I'm telling you, it's tough. It really is.
That's funny you say that as in basketball. Brian O'Neill with 101.7 the team, we do a deal, and I started off this, the thing. I said, I'm going to tell you right now. Usually, I think I'm the expert. I have no feeling on this year's basketball class, and I go, anybody can win this thing, and sure enough, in fruition, it came through.
Wow.
And you look at La Cueva, man, they have a target on their back. I mean, Carlsbad, it may be a Cinderella team because Rogers, it's his last senior year. You might, and then here's Albuquerque High that just won their first district. Here's you that won your district, and then also just your district alone. You want good things for your district. You want your district to look good.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you always want your district to keep performing well, and. But yeah, I really believe what you just said is true. I mean, you didn't have a feel on the basketball tournament, and I don't really have a feel on this because it really is a lot of great teams. I mean, it's gonna be tough.
Well, Shane, I want to say good luck for this coming Friday, and then hopefully you can move on, and good things over the next 2 weeks. But like you said, anything can happen. But I want more importantly than that, you have had a great season, and thanks for. Congratulations on winning your first district championship. That's going to mean a lot. Now, maybe you can move and win your first state championship.
Well, that'd be nice. One step at a time. Thank you very much, by the way. And then we just got to get focused on Mayfield first and then see what happens.
All right. Sounds like good luck to you, man.
Thank you very much.